Hi everyone, and welcome to Creative Chelsey. Today I'd like to share with you my last paper pumpkin alternative project using the June 2022 paper pumpkin kit called Pick of the Crop. This project focuses on using just the stamp set from the kit. Each month I provide my paper pumpkin subscribers with an exclusive card kit designed by me. This is the card they will be making. If you would like to also receive this extra perk, you can sign up to get your own paper pumpkin subscription by using the links below in the description box. If you are new to my channel and would like to see more of my videos, click on the subscribe button and then the bell for notifications. I would love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and help you with any of your paper crafting needs. To purchase any of the products you see me use today or to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, please use the links in the description below. So this beautiful card uses a fun technique to create these strawberries. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to create that right now so that it has some time to dry. So with every photopolymer stamp set, you get this acetate sheet on the top. This is not the one with the printed images. This is the clear one, okay? I'm going to go ahead and put that down on some scratch paper. And I'm going to use Calypso Coral ink pad. You can use your Stampin' Spot for this as well. And I'm just going to add some ink to about 2/3 of that acetate sheet. So you can see there's a little bit of ink that goes all the way across. Then I'm going to use a green color, and I'm going to have Old Olive, but you could use any green that you have. And I'm just going to do the same. Add some color. I'm kind of trying to keep them from mixing too much on the acetate sheet. So let me try to give you a close-up of that. Okay, can you see that? Let me move this. There we go. Okay, so you're going to add a little bit of color to your acetate sheet. Then with a Stampin' Spritzer, you could also use just a regular spray bottle. You're going to add some water. Okay, and you can see that they start to mix a little bit. I'm then going to take a piece of basic white cardstock. This is 2 inches by 4 1/4 inches, and I'm going to lay it right on top, about right in the center. So I'm going to get a little strip of green, but mostly Calypso Coral. And then just kind of tap it so that it picks up some of that color. And you'll get something that looks like this. Now, if there's any areas that you want to have a little more color, I would recommend cleaning this and then just doing it again with some individual colors. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So you can see that your basic white cardstock is going to go ahead and start curling. You don't normally would do like a watercolor on basic white. It's not very heavy, but because we're not actually brushing the water on, it doesn't ruin the texture of the cardstock. And so I don't mind doing it every once in a while. So I added just a little bit of Calypso Coral. I'm just going to do a little bit of water, and then I'm going to pick up that acetate sheet and bend it just a little bit so that the color is right along the outside edge. And then I can kind of tap it, and that's going to give me some darker spots. I'm going to just pick up a little more ink. So I added some with just ink. You can see right there that there's just some splotches of ink. So that's another way you can get a little extra color too. Then clean again. And if you want to do the same thing with your Old Olive, you can. So a little bit of color, a little bit of water. I never know where it's spraying. You can mix it a little bit too. That's one of the nice things about working with the acetate sheet. And then if you have any areas that maybe need a little more green, then you can kind of bring that green into the Calypso Coral a little bit with it. And add some darker color. Okay, so if you get a little green inside that Calypso Coral, that's okay too. It's kind of fun to get some blending colors. So go ahead and clean that, and this can now be used to cover your stamps again. Just it wipes really nice and clean, so there's no problem with using that for this technique. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that and put it off to this side and let that dry. I may need to heat it with a heat tool, just depending on time. So now we're going to do some stamping. We're going to use that lavender image, and I'm going to stamp on some soft sea foam. This piece is 2.5 inches by 4.25 inches, and I'm going to stamp it in Old Olive as well. So whatever green you used for your strawberries, just use that same color. I'm going to pull in my scratch paper again. Try to find a spot that's not wet. There we go. And then go ahead and just ink and stamp. These can be random, don't have to, you know, look a certain way. You can group them into 2s or 3s, you know, however you want to do it. I'll bring this one down a little bit, and then maybe another little grouping of 2 over here. Okay. So something like this will work just fine. So next we're going to stamp our greeting. I'm going to do a combination of the 2 that came in the stamp set. We've got hello, and then right along the bottom we're going to stamp you're the pick of the crop. We don't want the 2 colors to be the same darkness or value, I guess you could say. So the hello is going to be lighter. We're going to use the same color though. So I'm using Early Espresso. You could use any dark color that coordinates. And you're going to stamp off first, and that's going to give you a lighter color for your second stamp. Now I'm stamping this on a piece of basic white cardstock that is 1.5 inches by 2 3/4 inches. You can see how that gives you a nice soft color. And then we'll go ahead and ink up the you're the pick of the crop and stamp that in full color right across the bottom, so that we can see both of those greetings. Okay, so I did need to zap this with my heat tool just to make sure it was completely dry before stamping. So I'm going to take my strawberry image and I'm going to stamp it onto this cardstock. What I'm looking for is the separation between the 2 parts of the strawberry. So when I stamp it, I want to keep most of the fruit in the Calypso Coral section and then the leaves in the Old Olive. And you can stamp as many strawberries as you can fit on your piece, but we only need 3 strawberries for our card. So this one that has a little bit of green blending into the Calypso Coral, it's going to look something like that. A little bit of green at the top of that fruit. Okay, so go ahead and fussy cut those out. And now you have all your pieces to put your card together. So the card base is crumb cake cardstock. Just going to go ahead and fold that along the score line. You're going to add your soft sea foam piece first to your card base. I added it about 1 inch from the top. So if you're working with grid paper, go ahead and use that to make sure everything stays nice and straight. Then I'm going to add my greeting with some dimensionals. And just place that about 1/2 inch lower than your soft sea foam piece. Now we're going to arrange our strawberries. Some of the strawberries you can add right onto your card base, and then you can pop up your others. And just make a nice arrangement with those strawberries, however you want. Okay, so something like this. Then tie a bow with 10 inches of linen thread, and you can add it near your strawberries. And that card is all done. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching me create this fun alternative project using just the stamp set from the kit. If you are interested in getting your own paper pumpkin kit so you can get this fun exclusive perk from me, please subscribe using the link below. If you'd like to see written instructions or close-up images of this card, you can visit my blog, creativechelsey.com. Thanks so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.